Bharat Mobility Global Expo, Honorable Minister Shri Piyush Goyal ji to deliver the keynote address to this August gathering.
Secretary Commerce Shri Sunil Barthwal, Chairman of EEPC Shri Arun Karodia ji, Shri Vinod Agarwal, Ms. Shata Suri Marwa, Mr. Singhania, Ms. Nivruti Rai, Excellencies, all the captains of industry from the mobility space, my colleagues from different ministries and ITPO, friends from the media. Sunilji, you said your dear friends from the media. You didn't say that for the industry. I was wondering कि industry से कुछ बैर है, नाराजगी है, क्या है?
Sir, how dear they are, that only the media will tell.
Well, delighted to see all of you in such large numbers at this curtain raiser program for Bharat Mobility. More so because one of the biggest thought changers that Prime Minister Modi has introduced in this country, the new way, the new paradigm of working, has been about the whole of the government working as one, breaking departmental silos, breaking all the barriers to our ability to think big, and the coming together of everybody on one platform has helped India transform itself to a new age, a new way of working, a new thinking. And in this new year, 2024, as we start kind of turbocharged, supercharged with excitement, I say that because I also have an election to win. But for each one of you, you have the economy to win. You have the large world markets to capture. And as each one of us comes back with this new thinking, new way of working, new confidence that India reflects in the world, this new style of working as collaborators or in a cooperative spirit, yet competing. Obviously, competition drives the best out of all of us. But the collaborative or cooperative spirit that we can see across sectors is truly very, very heartwarming, very satisfying for a person like me. The fact that Bharat Mandapam and Yashobhumi, two of the world's finest and largest exhibition centers come convention centers, are now available in India, in Delhi. Apart from this, of course, across the country, we have several similar and pretty significantly large exhibition complexes. There's one in Mumbai, the Geo Center. We have a huge Hyderabad Convention Center. The Mysore Palace in Bengaluru gives us opportunity to do large conventions. Of course, nobody can be a patch to Bharat Mandapam and Yashobhumi. पर हर एक व्यक्ति को अपनी बहू ज़्यादा या अपनी लड़की ज़्यादा अच्छी लगती है. तो for me, I think there can be nothing comparable to the facilities that Bharat Mandapam and Yashobhumi offer. And I'm truly delighted that in so many sectors, we can see the convergence finally happening. We've had a textile industry that India is proud of for centuries, but never before did we have a amalgamation of sorts or all the textile sector coming on one page. From 26 to 29 February, every element of the textile value chain is going to converge at the world's, probably one of the world's largest textile exhibitions. And they've taken up all of Yashobhumi and all of Bharat Mandapam. For those of you who've seen both, you'll recognize and realize how big an exhibition showcasing India's textile strength that is going to be. And it's the first time the entire value chain, what Prime Minister Modi articulates as the 5F, farm to fiber to factory to fashion to foreign, all are coming on one page. Why I'm talking about it is that initially there was so much resistance to this concept, including at the mobility sector. I think the first 1 or 2 meetings I got a lot of pushback, a lot of "are you for real" kind of expressions on the face. And we all remember those days when we were trying to seed this idea of bringing such a large exhibition with 10 or 12 different industry associations working as one team. But I'm truly delighted to share with you that right now, as we speak, we have at least 8 or 10 ministries and their respective private participants working together at Bharat Mandapam. We have an Atmanirbhar Bharat Utsav, a self-reliant India celebration that's currently on display at Bharat Mandapam. It's on until the 10th of this month. After that, we'll soon have a food fair, then the mobility fair. After that, anything else I'm missing? After that, we have textiles. Then March, we have 2 more coming up. One is, of course, startup, which is under consideration, and possibly 1 more. Too many things happening at the same time sometimes is also a problem. Possibly, we'll hold our horses on that. But all of these are going to be at mega scale. They are all going to be with the entire value chain, as was presented here, co-creating future automotive value chains. All of them are going to allow international participation. So we welcome companies from across the world to come and showcase their offerings in India. We want each of these to be truly international exhibitions. We'll invite participants from all your countries also to come in and showcase their strengths, because we believe that India will stand up to any competition from anywhere in the world. And we'd like to offer to buyers who come from all across the world the choice, the opportunity to choose for what they find is the best available option. And I do believe every sector where India has competed with the rest of the world, we have grown, we have done better, and we have come up with much, much larger variety to satisfy different consumers' needs and demands. And it is in that spirit that we've arranged for all these mega shows. Going forward, we'll have at least 8 or 10 other sectors. For example, the India Mobile Congress will be expanded significantly. On electronics, we want to become a world player. Electricals, we already are very large. And going forward, I see that becoming the next big show that we will have across the entire electrical value chain. Our ceramic industry has shown tremendous growth and potential. That will be another big exhibition. On food, we have ambitions to make an even larger show the next time around. Similarly, gem and jewelry, I just launched yesterday in Mumbai, the India Jewelry International Show, IIJS, India International Jewelry Show. And they've already committed to me that about August or thereabouts, they will have the entire gem and jewelry, diamond, and all of those sectors coming together similar to mobility on one platform to showcase India's strength. I'm sharing this with you to tell you that you are kind of first off the block, and compliments to the mobility sector, to all the various associations, the captains of industry, all the friends who have been so committed and passionate that in a short period of time, this is a labor of love of barely 2 months, right? And I remember when we started, it started with you can't have an exhibition in less than a year from now. Am I right? Everybody said you need at least a year to prepare for this. But this is a country in a hurry. This is a country in a hurry to perform. This is a nation, a young nation, who wants to showcase to the world the best that we have to offer. And therefore, we thought we don't have the luxury of time. We should not delay. And this is only a precursor, a beginning. The next year's exhibition in February of 2024 will be even larger. I recommend you book Yashobhumi from now only, so that it covers both Yashobhumi and Bharat Mandapam. And the year after that, you should book Noida also, so that it becomes 3 times the size. That will be truly reflective of India's strength. And that will position India on the international landscape. We'll truly become an international player. I was just looking at the numbers. I'm told 14% cars or vehicles made in India are exported, and your ambition is 25%. Who set that ambition? I hope it's not anybody sitting in this room. Well, it should be at least 50%. Half the cars, half the vehicles, half the commercial vehicles, half the two-wheelers, half the passenger cars, half the electrical vehicles that we make have to go across the world. With our arbitrage on scale, with our arbitrage on a large domestic market, with our arbitrage on labor costs, with the technology skills, with the high managerial talent, leading global Fortune 500 companies to success, with our skilled pool of manpower, there is no reason India doesn't have at least 50% share of exports in our automobile sector. I'm not even going to, as yet, make any or venture any guesses on what our share on global trade should be. But unless we think big, unless we are very ambitious in our targets, unless we set very audacious goals before ourselves, we will not achieve the extraordinary. And just like with the collective energy and support of the entire industry, in barely 2 months, we've been able to put the entire Bharat Mobility Global Expo together. And the fact that everybody is participating with so much enthusiasm. In fact, I've just given 4 or 5 other names, and I think you'll fall short of space because I'm surprised how they're not there. Right? So I see no reason why India cannot showcase to the world the very best that we have to offer. I'm very, very confident that these series of mega fairs, mega expositions will take India's offerings to the next level. We'll start showcasing in the global world our strengths, all these free trade agreements that we are doing, all the internationalization or growing international trade that we are focused on, our effort to be a $2 trillion exporter by 2030, our effort to be a developed nation by 2047, and I won't call it an effort, I'd say our commitment to be a developed nation by 2047, sporting a $35 trillion economy, is only going to happen when each one of us sets very, very ambitious big goals before ourselves. And I have absolutely no doubt that 2024 will be a defining year for the auto industry. 2024 will be the year where we'll start venturing out in a much bigger way all across the world with our offerings. I'm very, very confident as we look at sustainability in a bigger way, as we expand our foray into electric vehicles, electric mobility in a big way, as we expand the electronic manufacturing story in India rapidly, as we look at greater degree of innovation in design, in technology, and come up with new ideas, our automobile industry will clearly be the next big international offering from India. I know for sure that ACMA has agreed or rather committed themselves to be a part of this journey. I know that they've set very, very ambitious targets for the auto component industry. And the good part, and I've said it on earlier occasions, is the way ACMA comes across as a set of players with full confidence to compete with anybody in the world. I've yet to have one meeting where the Auto Component Manufacturers Association has come crying to the government or come to the government pleading for protection or pleading for support. They've always come forward with strength, with self-confidence. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the India that we all wish and desire to see. That is the India of tomorrow, an India that will engage with the world. An India that will engage with the world from a position of strength, confidence, and capture the world. And friends, let's see how we can make this Expo more inclusive. Let's see how we can get everybody on board. Let no one be left behind. We have large open spaces at Bharat Mandapam where new models can be unveiled, new models can be displayed, where large commercial vehicles can also be showcased. If any of you hasn't seen Bharat Mandapam as yet, I would urge you, you'll also get to see the Atmanirbhar Bharat Utsav, but you'll also get a sense of what we are offering you there. Possibly some of you may even desire to expand your current bookings if you go and have a look at that place. It's that good. And all the conference facilities, if you want to have bilateral meetings, we have some 30 odd rooms over there, every size from 10 to 7,000. You pick your choice, what facility you require, what conferences you want to run. Maybe companies could be invited to have their own bilaterals or have their own seminars that they may want to run to showcase their strengths. Sectorally, industry associations can be allowed to have their own conferences during the 3-day period, or even before and after that. You could have that as a continuing engagement. So it's a great opportunity. India today is sporting some of the finest infrastructures. We are expanding our highway networks very, very rapidly. High quality highways, superways, expressways coming up across the country. Mumbai, Delhi will be 12 hours seamlessly. And imagine, if you go in an electric vehicle, a family of 4 or 5 traveling from Mumbai to Delhi in an electric vehicle, I'm told the OPEX, the operating cost, I thought would be about $100 for that journey. But one of the electric vehicle manufacturers in this room corrected me and said it will only take power of $12 for a family of 4 or 5 traveling from Delhi to Mumbai in an electric vehicle, possibly with 1 or 2 pit stops along the way while they have their breakfast or lunch, while the car is charged or battery is charged, or they swap the battery with another battery. So the world is changing. India is preparing itself to engage with the new world. We are looking at ways and means to have a whole complex, holistic infrastructure across the country for engaging with the new age world that's coming to India. And I believe this inclusive, immersive, indigenous effort of Bharat Mobility 2024 will be a unique, one-of-its-kind offering. I'm truly grateful to all the associations, all the industry participants across the room and beyond who are not here today for your tremendous support, for your contributions to making this a grand success, and I think this is only the beginning. The best is yet to come. Thank you very much.
Sir, your insights have left us enriched and tremendously motivated with the exhilarating unveiling of the Bharat Mobility Global Expo 2024. Thank you once again for gracing us with your wisdom and words.